Hi, my name is Sofia Ramirez, and today for my informative speech, I am going to be talking about the benefits of being in a bilingual education. So, to start off, what is a bilingual education? So, what a bilingual education is, it could take many forms, but it really strives to incorporate multiple language into the process of teaching. So, for example, if there's a kid that primarily only speaks like Spanish and has to go to a classroom just full of English, like doesn't know anything, like they'll have a hard time catching up and like understanding their classmates and teachers. But if that kid was like in a bilingual education, like they wouldn't have as a hard time catching up or learning because they'd have both ways of understanding, and that can really help them in the future and increase their education more. So, one of the main topics I want to talk about is that bilingual education can increase cognitive development. As stated by the education of school, those who learn a second or third language from a young age are able to develop communication skills and a higher degree of literacy. So like these cognitive skills can really like increase them more because they're bilingual, and they can like increase their ability to solve problems and be more creative in life. And that is really important because from a young age, kids have like cognitive abilities and are barely learning, and this can really increase their cognitive ideas and stimulate it so that later in the future they have more ideas to process and everything, and their education goes higher. Another point is that it can really improve cultural and social skills because according to Texas A&M International University, bilingual education helps students effectively connect with people of different cultures and background. This can really help because it makes people more empathetic and can make people like connect with people more, and that can really help later on in their futures when they're trying to like find a job or help people in their jobs, and it can really like increase them higher. And because they were in a bilingual, they'll understand like, oh, more cultures, more diversity in their life, and so that they wouldn't see the world black and white, and that they can be more open to more things and more suggestions. And that is why bilingual education is really good, like especially for culture and like social skills, because it just increases their cognitive also, and they'll have more exposure to the language on both ends. And that is why that part is really good. And yeah, and another point that is very important about bilingual education is that it can improve memory. As stated by the National Library of Medicine, it says that managing two languages is shown more in their inhibility control and cognitive flexibility. So this means that it really increases their mind more, making them remember more things and recall things in their long-term memory. And then also, it can improve brain matter all over, like their function and health, and it can increase gray matter volume and density, so that like when they do bilingual things, or like when they're learning two languages at once, it really increases their brain matter because they're learning two languages at once, and it makes them remember things better. And then it also strengthens and connections between neurons. And as we know, like neurons are a part of the brain. And so when they're learning two languages, it really makes like their neurons work because they need to like decipher from two languages at once. And that can really help them in like the education, or when they're more older, when they go into jobs and everything, so that they have more success in life. So that is why like it's really important for like bilingual education people to like have that education because it can really improve their memory, and they like get improved excessive function overall, and that is really good for them. So to conclude all of this, it is very important that kids have a bilingual education that they can get, or however they can get it, so that they can have a good cognitive development and they have good cultural and social skills, and so their memory can have a good improvement in life. And for that, that is why more people need to put their kids in bilingual education, because it is really good for their kids to learn two languages so that they can get all the necessary things they need in life so that they don't struggle when they get older.